Hey guys, Dwayne Bryant here from wagertalk.com. It's that time again, time for another MLB trend report for the games today on Thursday, June 8th. Let's make some damn money on the bases today. Let's get into some SDQL queries that are active today. Before I get into those, though, I ask that you please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and also hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of my recorded videos or live streams on this channel. All right, let's dig in. And I'm going to go here to the SDQL database. And the first one we are going to look up is we're going to check out a trend involving Alex Cobb. And we're going to check out Alex Cobb when he is going against opponents that don't really have a powerful offense. So we are going to go back to last season greater than or equal to 2022. Our starter equals Alex Cobb. And we're going to look at opponents that are averaging less than or equal to 0.9 home runs per game. So the lowercase o is opponent, the capital A is average. The item in parentheses is what you're taking the average of. Capital HR, of course, is home runs. That is a team parameter. Less than or equal to 0.9 home runs per game. And we do that, and we see that Alex Cobb is 2-8 straight up against these teams that don't have much power. The interesting part, and again, it's not always about having a trend that blows you away record-wise, but look at the average line in those games. He was an average minus 151 favorite in those games and still went 2-8. So if you faded him in those 10 games, your ROI was 86.1%. So in baseball especially, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about that ROI there at 86.1% fade. You can see here at the bottom, it is active today as Cobb and the Giants are visiting the Rockies. And again, if you guys have any situational angles for MLB that you'd like me to check into, drop them in the chat and I will be happy to check them out for you. In the meantime, I am going to move on to trend number 2 here today, and this is a trend that is involving Houston's Framber Valdez. We are going to look at his night starts in recent seasons on the road. So we're going to change this to season greater than or equal to 2020. Our starter is going to be Framber Valdez. We're going to look at his road starts under the lights. And capital NGT is night. And in the database, those are games that are started after 6 p.m. Eastern time. And in the database, it would be the same as me saying start time greater than 1800. It goes by the military time there, or the 24-hour clock. It's the same thing. We'll click that. And we see that Valdez in his road night starts is 19-4 straight up, also 19-4 on the run line, a very solid 43.9% ROI, and an even better 53.6% ROI on the run line. You can see they won these 23 games by an average of 3 runs per game. And you can see that it is active today as Valdez and the Astros are once again in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Let's check out another starter-based trend that is active today. This time we're going to look at Kyle Bradish. We're going to look at him against non-division opponents with a winning record. So we're going to go back to the 2021 season. And we're going to make our starter Kyle Bradish. We are going to look at him against non-division opponents. And we're going to look at his opponents' win percentage greater than 50. So these are teams, non-division opponents with a winning record, basically, going back to 2021. And we see that Bradish is 9-1, both straight up and on the run line. And notice the average line. He was an average 124.6 underdog in those games. So look at the ROI for this. These 10 games, 94.4% for Kyle Bradish. And despite being a plus 124 dog on average, they won these games by 2.1 runs per game. And you can see that it is active today. Bradish and the Orioles still in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. So I'm going to quick stop over here in the chat. See what's going on in the chat here. Justin R. What's up, Dwayne? Justin, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it because the last thing I want to do is be sitting here talking to myself on camera. Kind of weird. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. Justin says, I love the Rockies today. God, I don't have my notes in front of me, so I can't even tell you what I think about that game or what notes I took when I went through that game. And my memory's horrible. Rocky is also looking to avoid the home sweep. Cobb has a horrible history pitching at Colorado. So, yeah, it all adds up with that Cobb trend that I just put up there. Just one more bullet in the gun for the Rockies today. So good luck with that, Justin. I am going to head back into the database and check out another trend here. This one's going to be involving Bailey Ober. And we don't have to go back too far for this one. In fact, we're just going to look at this season. And we're just going to look, and it doesn't get any simpler than this. We're just going to look at Bailey Ober in all his starts this season. So we're just putting season equals 2023, starter equals Bailey Ober. And right here, he is 0-7-1 over under in his 8 starts this season. 0-8 over under, depending what line you got on the one game. But look at the margin. These games went under by 3.9 runs per game. That's what I like to see. I like recent trends like this one, so I'm not worried about sample size. I really like the ones where there's a large margin of victory like we have right here. So taking the under in these games, an 81.9% ROI. Active today, as you can see here at the bottom, Ober and the Twins visiting the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, yesterday's video, I put up mistakenly. I put up a Justin Verlander trend that applied for today. So I'm not going to put up exactly the same one. So if you want to see that one, look at yesterday's video. I believe it's in the second half of the video. Today, we're going to look at a different Justin Verlander trend involving road starts when the total is set at specific numbers. We're going to go back to 2021. The starter equals Justin Verlander. And we are going to look at just his road starts, so the capital A for away. And we're going to look at games where the total is between 7 and 8.5. And you can see here Verlander 1-10-2 over under. So 1 over, 10 unders, 2 pushes. These games stayed under by an average of 2.35 runs per game. A very solid 62.1% ROI on the under. And it is active today as Verlander and the Mets continue their series with division rival Atlanta and their ace Spencer Strider. Should be a good game. Should be a great pitching matchup. I'm actually surprised the total's sitting 8.5. It almost looks like they're begging me to take the under there, so I'm actually afraid to do it. But that should be a great pitching matchup. Looks like a solid. There were several Justin Verlander under trends that I found today. This is just one of them. And like I said, I had the one that was in the video yesterday as well. So I've got one more here in the can that I looked up here for this video. And we're going to look at Merrill Kelly. We're going to go back to last season. We're going to look at Merrill Kelly on the road against teams that don't get that many extra base hits. So we're going to go back to season equals 2022. We're going to make the starter Merrill Kelly. And opponents are actually on the road against opponents who are averaging, and XBH in all caps is extra base hits. So we're going to take that. Less than or equal to 2.75. So Merrill Kelly on the road going back to last season against teams that are averaging 2.75 or fewer extra base hits per game. And you'll see that Merrill Kelly is 10-0 on the run line by 3.9 runs per game, a 75% ROI, and that is active today as long as they play the game, and I'm not sure they will. But Merrill Kelly and the Diamondbacks are in D.C. against the Nationals. I know the air quality there is very poor. Very good chance that game is going to get postponed if it hasn't in the last 15 minutes since I last checked. That is going to wrap it up for my portion of the queries. So I'm going to check out here if we have any queries in the chat. Looks like Twins line went from plus 143 at 9:30 a.m. to plus 105 at 10:30 a.m. That is that's a ton of money on the Twins today. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. Wow, that's quite the line move in 1 hour. I'm wondering what's going on there. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out when I get off the camera here. Justin said, great trends and info. Thanks, Justin. Like I said, I really appreciate the fact that you tune in and that you're getting something out of the videos. Last thing I want to be doing is sitting here talking to myself. I don't have to be on camera to do that. So, thanks for tuning in and interacting with me here. If you guys don't have any SDQL queries for me to run, I'm going to take off. That's going to do it for me. I don't see any queries here in the chat. I thank you guys for tuning in. Again, please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and also hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any videos or live streams. And as always, best of luck on all your wagers today. DB out.